Good morning, everyone. My name is Banks, and I'm also the lead analyst for Good Early Deals and also the founder. So today I'll be taking you guys on. We're going to be looking at different pairs that we can trade, and our POI for like the new week and all of that. So that way it gives us visibility to be able to pick multiple entries and see the ones that can basically favor us, right? So yeah, let's go, guys. So, firstly, as you guys can see here, that this initial sales were XAUUSD sales that we took in our signal room. All right, we took these major sales firstly in our signal room, and hold on for me, please. Hello. Okay, so yeah, back to what I was saying. So firstly, we took these sales initially on Friday, and then we marked this region as our POI, and I told them to exit in the midnight though, in like the Forex signal Ramadan, and then we had like our TP that got hit. Now, nonetheless, there's another opportunity to get a visible POI. Firstly, we need to check like the overall trend of where the market is headed. That way, it gives you sort of proper flexibility to know what you're supposed to do like next and all of that. So firstly, we're going to check now that we know that okay, our first initial sales that we took, we basically had like a take profit that got hit when market pushed down price and all. Now, firstly, you go down to the 4-hour time frame like to see the overall trend and then minimize the chart at clears to get an intraday trade. Now, nonetheless, we still have a buy POI below here that has been marked out, right? But for me, sales are looking visible because we had like a break of structure that was here. So market is automatically supposed to continue that it's supposed to continue the downtrend and create a continuation pattern below, right? But nonetheless, yeah, we would obviously have series of retests because this is a new session, not as volatile as New York, and then you need a proper momentum to push below, and also market will obviously retest. So right now, you just have to mark out areas where you can Right now, you just have to mark out areas where you can sort of get a continuation pattern like towards downtrend. Because as I already said earlier, we marked out this POI that is actually below here. So then we should expect that at some point, market will obviously push down price. It might take a bit of time because this is a 4-hour time frame. So it might not necessarily push down price immediately. But at some point, it will definitely push down. But then we had like a retest here after we had this our take profit that got hit. So now you have to come down to a lower time frame to sort of refine that entry as much as you can, all right? And that's what we're going to do. So coming down to like a lower time frame, we'll mark it out and look at, okay, what are the areas where we can get visible sales from? Okay, so first of all, we have to mark out this area that is here currently for sell opportunities. All right, so now, since we marked out that area, if we sort of go down to time from like 15 minutes, we should be able to see something refined. So if we reduce this, or let's even take this out of the equation, that trade has hit TP. No need to reminisce over it. Now, nonetheless, this POI is still valid. This other POI is also valid. It's also valid, yeah? So if you minimize this, we bring this here. Now, so looking at this area now, you can sort of have a continuation, to the downside around this region. And then that's like an opportunity for you to short. Then you can mark out this area and then you short it like this. So this sort of gives you a possible POI where you can get sales from. So then, why? Because you can mark out this area as a break of structure, right? So this is a break of structure here, first off. And then the fact that this is actually a strong low that was broken. So market created a retest back into this region, and then you can obviously get sales. So that's like a POI that we can look at, XAUUSD, sell opportunities. And then you look at GBP USD. I'm not going to waste you guys' time today because we have a whole lot of work to do in the signal room. So this is GBP USD. I'm still wondering how this entries came about. But hold on a minute. So I'm not really seeing anything solid on GU. The thing I had before is not being respected. So it's not as solid as I would want it to be. All right. So we don't have to go to the next pair. Let's quickly look at GJ for a minute. GJ, not comfortable with it. Let's look at UJ. USD JPY, we had these buys on UJ. This was the buys that we marked out. I also shared it to the public community, like the public channel and also we marked out this area that is here that created this zone. And the market, we expect the market to come down to sweep this area. But then it was just 6 pips away from our entry. And right now it's running over 250 pips in profits. Yeah. And then let's look at USD card. So USD card is currently approaching its POI that we marked out. So we just have to be patient enough to see how it goes. And why did I mark it out? This is basically a high that created this. This is basically a high that swept up this previous high. So you sort of mark out this area, and then you have this lower high region here that market is supposed to take out. So automatically for me, I would be expecting that market pushes up price to sweep up this zone, goes up here a bit, and then create like a continuation of the sales all the way to the downside. And that's exactly what we've been looking out for. Do you guys get me? So another pair that we're going to be marking out right now is, let's go and look for Euro USD. Let's see what we have on EU. So as I said, you actually USD possible sales, USD card approaching sell POI, Euro USD. Let's look at that as the last pair. So Euro USD not really giving us something that we want yet. We'll sort of wait for like a better POI and all. Now that brings us to US oil. Let's quickly look at US oil before I go to deriv. So if I go to synthetics rather, US oil. Okay, let's go to US oil. So for US oil, what do we have? For US oil, as you can see, for US oil, what we have here is you sort of have buy momentum, but if I'm being honest with you, it still looks like it's gonna give like this sort of overall sales. Now look at this for instance now. Look at this for instance now. You have this area here where markets pushed up price to. Then you have this other zone here that market also pushed up price to, right? The market got here and really, really did a dip. Now this could have been as a result of fundamentals, but who knows? But then there was like an heavy sell that happened there, and ever since that heavy sell on the 23rd of June, it's been struggling, even till right now. Okay. But for me, what I'm sort of seeing right now is that okay, now we're gonna have to come down to like a smaller time frame, like 2 hour. On the 2 hour time frame, you'd realize that market created firstly a break of structure here, and then it also created another break of structure here, right? And then you sort of have markets pushing up price from this area. So for me, if we have a scenario where market does something like this. Hold on a moment. Market pushes up price like the way it did already from here. Did a bit of drawdown and then push up price to break past this high. If market should break past that high, it is automatically supposed to retest. For me, I would rather wait for a retest back down, which sort of shows a double confirmation. Then I can take the buys all the way up again. So unless you have a scenario like that, I would rather not enter the trade. But who knows? We could have entries to be sent to the signal room eventually and all, and then we would be able to, sort of trade it. And this is it. So this is basically what I'm looking at for US. So now the buys is not like the buys are not inevitable, but let it break past this zone. So breaking past this zone shows that okay, you have a proper break on a 2 hour, which is also still scalable to a 4 hour time frame. Do you get this? Is also on 4 hours. So if it breaks, if it creates a retest to this area, oh well and we can take the buys. But if it breaks this zone and even retest back into this area too, you can still take the buys. And that's like pretty much it. So now let me stop sharing while I basically go ahead to show you guys what we can look out for synthetics. All right, so if you can see my screen here, let me know. Can you see my screen? If you guys can see my screen, just say something in the chat box or so. All right, you guys can see my screen. Okay, we're good to go. Thank you, everyone. So now let's look at let's quickly have a look at what's it called? Let's quickly have a look at. Okay, great, great, great. Let's have a look at synthetics. All right, so let's go. So firstly, as you guys can see here on synthetics, you'll see that, let me go to volatility 10-1s. So volatility 10-1s, all right. This is 30 minutes. Let's go to like 4 hour. So on the 4 hour time frame, it is clear that volatility, I'm going to do two pairs here. 10-1s is actually on a sell momentum. So for me, what I'm going to mark out is I'm going to mark out sell POIs, right? Because we had barriers of break of structure, internal breaks and external breaks here. So for me, I'm sort of going to mark out this area that is here as an area where I can get possible sales from. So what I'm expecting is the market. So what I'm expecting is the market is supposed to automatically retest that area. In a case scenario like this, and then you have that dip. So this is our first sell POI for volatility 10-1s. And now let's look at another pair. That will be volatility 25-1s. So for volatility on 25-1s, I'm not really comfortable with the entries here. Let's look at another pair. 51s. 51s, not quite comfortable. Let's check 10 index alone. 10 index, sell POIs. Let's see if we can mark out another region favorable for sales. First off, we have this area that is here. Then you mark out this zone. Now we have a break of structure that happened here as a 0.1 POS. Then break of structure 2 that happened here as a 0.2 BOS. Then a short here. We mark out that area and then mark out this zone that is here. Then this some market is automatically short. Then you mark out this area, you drag the rectangle down here, drag this, then down extension. All right. So now this is sell opportunities for volatility 10 index and also sell opportunities for, let me save this. Sell opportunities for also volatility 10 1S. So now let's have a quick chit chat, guys. So first off, I just want to basically say that I appreciate every single one of you. And I want you to know that you guys really, really matter. And every single one of you on this call are actually amazing and important people. And also, one thing I want you to realize, so today is more like a mutual conversation, all right? One thing I want you guys to hold very, very important and take, with all of your heart is building relationships, all right? Relationships, will basically open doors for you, even sometimes where your skills cannot. All right. And it's very, very important that most times you look beyond money when you want to basically build relationships. Now, some of this information might not be of any importance to you right now, but it will at some point be of importance to you when you start doing numbers. All right. At the end of the day, because somebody does not benefit you money wise, doesn't always mean that you allow them to become of less important as they are. All right. So this is another day to constantly remind you that you guys are very important. Every single one of you matter. And one of the ways that you can scale and grow in your trading is one, building that your skill sets that you already have. One, two, networking with people that are like the upper echelons. See how that's why you have people like we ourselves and a lot of other people out there that you can network with. Now, be very, very mindful when you network also. Networking can also be dangerous in the sense that you can lose yourself to becoming somebody that you are not. So it's very, very important that you stick to being true to who you are. Find people that their goals align with yours. Stay with them and then see how you can be committed to like your own growth and all of that. And eventually, you have to be very, very prayerful as a person and believe that beautiful things take time. Even Rome was never built in a day. Any successful person that you see out there never built any single thing that they have in just one day. And never be an entitled person. All right, it's very, very important that you also understand that as a role. It will help you to grow and basically scale larger. And that way, you'll be able to build something good for yourself. Networking is very, very key. A lot of people lose themselves, trying to be people that they are not. And understanding that there are a lot of people that will always come into your life. And sometimes when they come into your life like that, they might not necessarily benefit you financially. But especially young people have this syndrome of they're always money inclined, right? But money is good. Every single person wants money, yeah. Literally, I was telling somebody that, see, I see a lot of people that they what's it called? They is it rock project. They lie to their community and basically just do like rock project and all of that kind of stuff. But I know a lot of people that are not wired that way, and even me myself. Money is not the only thing that at the end of the day you should always pursue. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much money you have, it can you not understand, yes, but no matter how much money you have, it can never be enough. The only thing that can help you is genuine people that are around you. You're committed to growing and scaling, and also people that love you generally. So this is like a general SOS to you to find people that are committed to seeing themselves grow and also seeing you grow and understanding the fact that people can't give what they don't have. If somebody grew up in an environment that is full of hate and you grew up in an environment that is full of love, once you start taking that person, for instance, now, or you start moving with that person, you guys can never see things the same way because your environment are not the same. So make sure that people that even their spirituality aligns with yours, you people can see things from the same perspective. I was watching a video recently where somebody was saying that I need you guys to visualize this perspective. Just listen. Somebody was standing on the left side, visualize it, and another person was standing on the right side. Yeah, the person that was standing on the left side saw the number 6. Listen, oh, the person that was standing on the left side saw the number 6. The person that was standing on the right side, it was the same number, but what the person that was on the right side was seeing was the number 9. 6 and 9 are the same, but if you are staying on two different sides, on the left side you might see 6 as 9, and on the right side you might see 9 as 6. So both of them are seeing a number that is drawn in the same shape, but they are on two different sides. You can only see the same perspective when one person decides to move to the other side of to move to the other side of the next person. Do you get what I'm saying? So the only way you can get people that are as mentally inclined, spiritually inclined, financially inclined, physically inclined as you are is when one person is open to moving to the other side of where the other person is, and it should go both ways. So if you must complete each other in different ramifications. Everybody can never have the same level of spirituality, but at least one person must be able to move to the other person's side and adjust a bit and learn. That is what life is all about. You shouldn't be found surrounding yourself with people that are not ready to change their point of view. It's just a time bomb because you're literally just wasting your time. So this is an opportunity for you to focus on growing, because at the end of the day, nobody will be for you the way you will be for yourself. One, so you need to ensure that you are as valuable as possible. You need to basically take care of yourself, become better at what you do. Could be trading, any other field whatsoever that you find yourself. Make sure that you are exceptional. Now, once you do that, build network and see people outside transaction. That's the question I have a lot of young people. See people outside transaction. And you never know what this person has to offer you. But if you are just money inclined, you just deprive yourself of a whole lot of opportunities. And sometimes leave them where they are. They might not necessarily even be benefiting at that particular point. But don't throw relationships away. All right. And then from then, you can now obviously look for people that have the same similar opinions like you, and people that are willing to grow and learn. And then I can tell you for free that if you do that in like a year, you will definitely at some point see results. And understanding that, okay, you need to create a structure around your trading and every other thing that you have going on for your life will basically help you scale. I genuinely appreciate you guys. And I pray from the bottom of my heart that as you guys enter this new week, God helps you and also help myself. And every single one of us will literally scale and grow. That's like my most desire. That's why we keep doing the challenge, giving out money as we can, doing that, just to ensure that people actually benefit from all of this. But at the end of the day, you can't actually satisfy everybody. Even Jesus never did. But then you can always do what you can and ensure that, you grow and people also around you benefit from that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And also, you guys remember that the trading challenge is still on, so you still have an opportunity to jump on it. And also the signal, and if you want to start your mentorship program, you can actually start trading. You can visit our website and learn Forex for free. Then if you cannot afford like a paid program, then you can then come on board for that. And that's like pretty much it. So I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 a.m. for the day 6. And I pray that God continues to uplift you. And yeah, so tell your family and friends about everything that you have going on, and also and yeah, I appreciate you guys, and bye for now.